Okay, we are rolling.
Hello. 1 + 1 don't equal 3. Mario.
Good.
I think you have to stop saying we rollin'.
That's like our thing, though.
But you don't think I should start with a song?
Sure, we can try that.
Or do you
next
think
week.
it should be we rollin' directly into the song and then go? That's probably it.
Here, let me.
Okay.
I'm gonna layer this in something I was gonna announce. We have a new email address. I just created it. It's called themalibutablepodcast at
gmail.com. I love that. What is the use cases for?
Well, it allows. We don't have much of a connection with our listeners, so that will allow us to get listener feedback.
That's great. I love that. Oh, and you can make a fake Gmail account and email us on that Gmail account and be like, I hate you guys.
Our lurkers, yes. So if you're a lurker,
if you're a lurker
who listens, trying to find things,
yes,
I would ask you, create your own burner account and
do
email.
what the Lord asks us, which is to go first to your neighbor, then to higher ups. Like you're supposed to go first to the person. I have a situation like that in my own life right now, just so you know.
Well, can I finish talking about the email address?
Oh, sure.
So it's the themalibutablepodcast at gmail.com.
You already said that.
And
you need to say it
sometimes you have to say it multiple times because people don't hear you.
So it's called the
Malibu. So it's the name of the podcast, the Malibu at gmail.com. So any listener feedback, any pictures, anything you want us to know about.
Do you feel like you're being a little patronizing? That you're like the Malibu Table Podcast at gmail.com, the name of the podcast. Like, do you think that people were picking up on what you?
I feel like we're going to have some people who are going to email Malibu Table Podcast.
Correct.
And they're going to email back saying that doesn't exist.
Right. Okay.
So in my world, you have to say things multiple times.
Well, then what I would do is I would say, hey, everybody, just make sure you put the in front if you want to email.
Correct.
So there's a situation in my life that would be far easier to have skip levels address. But I think the Lord wants me to address it. Like it'd be easier to have somebody in authority go to the source of the conflict than for me to go to the source of the conflict because I don't like conflict. But I think I'm going to do it. I'm praying with it. I'm not giving you any other details. That's it. That's all I can offer.
What do you mean going to authority?
Like going to somebody that's above you to go handle a situation.
Instead of you talking to that person directly.
Yeah, say like, hey, can you handle the situation?
Which is very easy. I think a lot of people do that. They go straight to someone's leader. Well, and I don't think that is what
the Lord wants us to do either in our small friendship communities, in our wider communities, in our athletic communities, in our work communities. Like I actually think man up if you have an actual issue and have a conversation. Or woman up. So I have to think about that. Anyway.
Because that happens in my world a lot where the challenge with some folks is that the leadership isn't there where like they don't report to you. So you have to use different communication skills. You can't be like, I'm going to force you to do this. It was like, you have to talk to that person. Well, that's a little different.
I mean, sometimes you actually have to go to someone else.
No, but my point is, as a leader, the first question is always like, did you talk to that person first?
Yeah.
So,
right, yes.
But even I do that in my peers before I go. Right. So if me and a peer work for the same leader, I go talk to that person first, and then if we don't agree or we can't come through, and I go to the leader and say, "Hey, we're struggling with this. We can't figure this out. I need you to get involved." Right. But the first step is to have the crucial conversation with that person to address it. Right. It's a little weird. It could be unnerving, but that's the appropriate response. Is talking to the person. It can be via email. It doesn't have to be like first face to face. This could be an email.
Right.
So for example, the Malibu Table Podcast does not have a leader. So you can't go. We don't have a boss. You can't go to our boss. Right. You have to talk to us directly if you have a problem with what we say.
This read me a little wrong. Yeah.
But you can create like a burner, a burner email.
And then just
how about this? Call it like lurker Malibu Table Lurker at gmail.com.
Wouldn't that be funny if we actually got emails and it was
from the Malibu Table Lurker, the official lurker of the Malibu Table Podcast.
I will tell you that I got a really positive email from a priest who I knew in my childhood and a little bit in professional life. The podcast was handed on to him because of a discussion we had last week. And he
is also very active on LinkedIn.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, interesting. So, I mean, I think we can say it's Father Joe Malia, who was one of the significant priests when I was in my older teenage years and early 20s.
So friends, like 30 years ago then.
I mean, for real. I got some thoughts on that. So friends would listen to the podcast when we were talking about the funeral that he celebrated last week. passed on to him. So I was talking to him, and he's actually putting on a massive event this summer. So he actually was like, I would love you to mention this in your podcast.
Eucharistic No, what is it?
I forget what
the renewal is.
Yeah.
We can look it up.
But they're having like rock star speakers come in. It's in July. So he is like, I would appreciate you guys talking about it on your podcast. So we'll get into it.
Is he going to pay us for advertisement?
Be quiet. So tickets are on sale now. For this thing, it's in the summer. I'm definitely going to hype it up.
It's like the revival.
Yeah, it's going to be at Cobo Hall. Shout out Huntington Place, also known as Cobo Hall. Like the best speakers, they're flying in from the nation. Then they're going to have a Eucharistic procession in Detroit, which I think is so magical. So
it's called the Rising from the Ashes Revival, a day-long event hosted at Huntington Place in downtown Detroit.
Yeah, they're expecting up to 10,000 people there.
Your boy, Father Daniel, or Bishop Daniel Flores is coming back.
Who else? Matt Maher.
I'm trying to look it up.
Sister Josephine, who is actually, I want to talk about Sister Josephine. You're going to interrupt me. You're about to interrupt me.
Let me go. Let me just do the official advertisement
no, because we're going one by one.
I'm just saying, I'm giving the overall. So Rising from the Ashes Revival.
Long story short, bro. I didn't want to dive into this. I was
July 22nd in Detroit. Bishop Flores, Sister Josephine, Father John Ricardo, Matt Maher, Sarah Kroger, Steve Ingrazano, a big from back in the youth ministry, and Sarah Hart. Rooted in the Eucharist, led by the Holy Spirit. So Friday, whatever that day is. I think it's Wednesday. That was some consternation too about being like a Wednesday.
That was a work
in the
day.
Summertime.
But I mean, you released the date 9 months in advance. Take the day off of work. I mean, come on. I asked specifically if there would be a youth or school track. There will not. When they looked at the schedule, they didn't feel like there was a real need for it. But what I wanted to say is Sister Josephine is an African-American nun. I've talked to you about her before because I actually think she's like a wonderful example for our family and our girls in terms of holiness. So I follow her on the socials. I'm excited that she's coming in town. So yeah, it's good stuff. So anyway, Father Joe Malia is what you're saying. He could have emailed the Malibu Table Podcast instead of emailing me because he sent us the wrong email at first, and then I got it. So
yeah, he's very active on LinkedIn. He posts. He posts pretty often.
Gotta love it. Okay, so I was gonna tell you something, and now I forget what. So it must not have been important. How was your week?
Good. I feel like we should talk about chill time. That was the big thing this week.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Chill time? You don't know what that means?
No.
Your son.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Chill time.
Okay. I have a couple topics I want to talk about. I want to talk about social media and young people. We can talk about chill time. I want to talk about just our week and then upcoming.
Yeah, the week will be towards the end.
Let's talk about chill time.
Let's talk about chill time.
Okay. Our kids are very entitled.
Yes.
They get a lot of things and we work our butts off for them, and they do things that I could not in a million years ever imagine doing in terms of my experience as a child in a family. That said, I want to make this very clear. We have very, very, very good children. Our children are funny. Our children are smart. Our children, I like to be around. They love each other. Like, so when we decide to on the podcast, because now our children like to listen to this podcast. So when we decide to talk real.
Can we follow us for a second?
Yeah.
So the other night, it was, I think it was Monday night or Sunday night. I heard some noise in their room because they're not supposed to have screens on in their room at nighttime.
Right.
And I walk in their room, the boys' room, 3 boys in one room, temporarily for now. And they were listening to our podcast. I don't know which episode it was, but I heard them listening to our podcast. And I know they were supposed to.
Which is why when we decide to talk for real, I know, but when we decide to talk for real about our kids, like it is important that I think we name that we really like our kids are really awesome. Also, as we're about to enter into entitlement, which we're about to enter and you're going to give your perception, it is important that like right now, you can't even walk into our boys' room because there are 3 beds and 3 dressers. Like, so in some ways they're completely not entitled. In some ways they live this reality of, you know, like I think most of their peers, if they saw their like bedroom, would die at the cramped nature of it and things like that. So like in some ways they are not entitled, but in a lot of ways, what shocks us is how much they're given regularly. Even something as simple as like on Sundays, we'll get the McDonald's, and you and I are like, well, definitely me. Like I had McDonald's for my parents maybe once every 6 months if I was lucky. And our kids are just like, oh, on Sundays we get McDonald's, or the fact that we pick them up from sports 1,000,000 times a day. And there's very little gratitude for that. So I think both you and I are recognizing that our children have an abundant amount of blessings and ease provided by you and I without much recognition of that. And it's making us nervous. Now you can talk about chill time.
I think that I don't think that they're more entitled than other children. I think that we've been blessed in terms of we're in a 2-income household, and I have no clue how we measure up, but I think we make a good amount of money. And then because of that, they receive the fruits of that, right? So like the trips that are different than a lot of people do trips.
Nike sneakers, which is bizarre to
me. Christmas, birthday presents. So they get a lot of that, and very little is asked of them. So I think it's a natural human thing that, like, if you're used to getting things and you've not been told that is special or there's nothing being asked of you, then like you feel like that is a given. Like, I'm just, by nature of me living and breathing, I should just get these things and not have an appreciation for like that's what happened during this year in terms of like reminding people that, hey, we go to, like, this isn't just free. Like, we have to go to work a full 8-hour day, like, 12 months out of the year, some more than other.
Both you and I are observing too that there are people that are reaching that like 18 to 30-year-old age reality that are unable to get their lives together in a way that's like professional, right? So like, and part of you and I think have connected the fact that if you receive things all through your teenage years without any concept that things cost money and you got to hustle for things and you got to work for things, you actually stunt an ability to understand what provides these things for you is hard work. And I think that's why I will say in general, I am noticing anecdotally that 18 to 30-year-olds are adverse to hard work. And that is a little scary. And I don't think we want our kids to be like that. And so let's talk about chill time.
So when was the this all came out of
you got a TDLR. I'm afraid. Okay, go ahead. I just think sometimes you make our podcast boring. Go ahead.
No, it doesn't. No, only when we fight.
Okay, go.
What day was the parent-teacher conference?
This was Thursday.
That was Thursday?
It was Thursday.
No.
Yes.
That means that he got off school the next day. He was off school. He wasn't off school Friday.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought you meant his day off. Parent-teacher conferences are Wednesday night.
Right. So we went to the parent-teacher conferences, which was my very first time. I have no clue who his teachers are.
Pause. So I'm parent-teacher conferencing as a grown A woman who is now a teacher, and you're walking by my table while I'm talking to parents, making faces at me.
100%.
That is, but do you understand? This is like, these are parents that I'm talking to as a teacher, and you're like, and then he goes to the station next to me. He's like, Mary's pretending she can't see me. I mean, that is like, this
have
is not.
Have you ever met me before?
I know, but I think sometimes.
Oh, you're taking your job way too serious. You're taking yourself way too serious.
Listen, no, bro,
listeners,
you actually can't do that.
Listeners, please email us at themalibutablepodcast@gmail.com. Be on my side. You're taking yourself way too serious.
I am not. I actually think when I'm talking to parents, it would be wildly unprofessional to be like, oh, that's my husband making faces at me. Like, that is weird. It is weird.
I feel like that is fully expected.
1,000,000% no. Now, listen, I handled it. I just ignored you. I didn't even look at you. But I think what you wanted in that moment was me to be like, and heck no.
I will always make faces at you.
I know you will.
If I walk through the school and you're in a class, I will 100% make faces at your door to get a reaction.
That's funny. You probably would too.
100% would do that.
Like,
that is expected. I feel like that's expected.
They'd be like lockdown drill right now. There's a guy walking the hallways. Anyways, go ahead. Parent-teacher conferences. Do you want to talk about the fact that he had 4 C's? Is that what you're trying to get to?
No, I wasn't getting to that. I wasn't getting into specifics.
Oh,
okay. You're like naming names.
I don't mind. He had 4 C's, and we're like, heck no. So you weren't going to go to parent-teacher conferences one second. And then I was like, you actually need to go because his grades are not good. Yeah. No, you may not say anything negative about the place that I work.
I'm not saying I'm not making 2 points.
About the place that you work. Okay.
1 point. I've been fully disengaged when it comes to our children's like grades and teachers.
We don't care.
I don't care. It's funny because like I don't say my parent. My mother very much cared about my grades. She very much paid attention. My father not so much. I didn't get that, but now I 100% get that. Like, because you're so busy in your stuff.
Yeah.
Like the kids' grades. I don't know his teachers. You gave me a list of teachers. I was like, I have no clue who these women are. I couldn't pick them out of a lineup. I have no clue who these people are.
I told you I was talking to a girlfriend, and she was mortified. And I'm going to let you get to point 2. She was mortified that if a teacher sent us an email, that there would be a potential that we wouldn't respond. She was like, "What are you talking about? Of course you respond." I'm like, absolutely not. Like,
I get so many emails.
And
no,
absolutely not. Like we have 6 kids, the school over 5 kids, the school over communicates. I barely
I get personal emails.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I can't keep
That's
up.
what I'm saying. But she was like, "What? You guys don't read the emails from the teachers?"
No,
I'm like, "When we can." Like, I don't. Anyway,
but
so
I get that now.
Yeah, you and I are the same there. Point 2.
The grades things. I don't understand. And it's not a DC thing. It's the grade things around, because the challenge is always that we got this C. It's like, well, that's only a thing for like this assignment, for this quizzes and tests, and it's like it's hard to get a read on like how serious something, because you're also like, you got to see, oh, but he can do this and that, or he can turn in an assignment, all of a sudden it goes to an A.
Beginning of the school year, the challenge is that assessment grades, which are testing grades, are weighted much higher. Like at a 70 or 80% of your grade is assessment. So you get 1 D on one assessment if a teacher's only done one assessment, and your grade will reflect a C until there's a second assessment. It doesn't matter if you're getting A's on everything else.
See, I don't understand
Right. Well, and to be fair, what was cute is on Tuesday we found out he had these 4 C's, and I sat him down, and I think with your complete like affirmation, sorry, and now I'm going to be you. Our kids don't study. They have not studied. They've been able to get A's and B's without studying. They very rarely do homework, which is fine. But we knew with him taking 4 honors classes, he was going to have to. So he gets these 4 C's. We're not seeing him like hustle at home. So I told him on Tuesday, yo, you either raise these to B's by next week, or I am emailing your coach and telling him you're not practicing until the grades get up. Well,
his thing was homework was after 9:30.
Right. But what's cute is 2 days later, 3 of the C's are already B's. Like he just needed a little light under his butt. Like this is actually not the world. But I want him to get all A's. Like I don't in these honors classes, if he gets all A's, it starts to translate to money for him. And so I'm a little mad about the B's still, to be honest.
So the parent teacher conference, a lot of the things are just around study habits, which I get though, because honestly, I didn't really study in high school either. We would have to read these books like in English class. I would be the guy that would read. I would stay up all night and I would read the entire book the night before the test. Like my study habits were atrocious.
Here's something that bothers me about you that I don't think you have a full concept on, though. And I'm going to say this so gently because
I'm not justifying his behavior.
No, I don't want to get canceled.
I'm saying you're going to say. I know what you're going to say.
You are a very smart man, and you're actually very naturally smart. I think you told me your overall GPA was a 3.4 grade point average.
No, it was not.
What was it? Your overall GPA?
It was like a 3.3.
A 3.3 GPA. What's really important is that you came up in an era where that grade point average for somebody that lived in the city of Detroit and had skin that was black, you got into the University of Michigan with a 3.3 grade point average.
They knew my potential.
Wait a second. Right.
They knew my potential.
You also got into Grand Valley with a lot of money because of those dynamics. All I'm saying is our kids don't have the benefit of those dynamics in the same way.
I didn't get a full ride tuition either of them.
So what I'm saying is when you're like, he's like me, he's like smart, but doesn't necessarily study and doesn't apply himself. Cute. Like we actually want him to get money. And in order to do that, this is a different era. He's not getting into U of M with a 3.3.
You're conflating too. I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying I recall that. I'm saying I remember that.
And I recall
I'm not saying it's right though.
That did not hinder you at all. I'm saying it's going to hinder our son.
But you're conflating. I'm not justifying the behavior though.
Okay.
Like that's you. I'm just saying. I understand. What I'm saying is
it's really going to hinder him.
Right, and we
agree on this.
Yes, we don't disagree on that.
Well, then why are you laughing at me like I was the same way? Like
I'm just.
Okay. You're just connecting.
But I feel like you were. I mean, you. Let's also be clear that you had terrible grades. My point is, you can also relate.
I'm going to say something.
You can also relate.
I'm going to say something that
you got an A in advanced creative writing. You're right.
Advanced science fiction.
You set the curve.
Listen, I'm going to say something, and
you can also relate.
Wait, what I'm going to say is, I claim to be a 6 out of 10. I am going to say
that's why you went to Catholic school. They let everybody in.
No, I don't think I was naturally as gifted in intellect as you and Aaron are. Like, and my kids are. I'm just not that smart.
Are you trying to say you're dumb?
Not dumb, but like
book dumb.
School was really hard for me. Like math was really hard for me. Remembering things were really hard for me. So I got a 3.1. I'm fine with that. I rely on my people skills. Like it's fine.
And you went to Catholic school. They were like, please come here.
But you and Aaron are capable of a higher level of.
I know that's what his teacher said.
Yeah, exactly.
We're not disagreeing. I feel like you're trying to make up a
No,
fight.
I'm not. And his teachers did say that they loved him. Right?
And they're like, he's fully capable. He just needs to study. Like that was the overall thing. Yeah. So so
now chill time.
So that was the parent conference.
Yes.
And I only got the 2 of the 3. So you gave me a list. I only talked to 2 teachers because the lines were very long. And I had kids at home. So I was like, I got to get out of here. Deuces. I can't stay here all night. Right. Maybe next time I'll get there early or something like that.
Right.
# peace out. And the Tigers were playing too.
Yeah. Priorities.
So the next day they had off school for some reason. I don't know why, but they had off school.
Because we had Discovery Day, so that we need the whole building for the 8th graders. Anyways, go ahead.
So they had off school for Discovery Day. So based off the feedback from the previous evening, I think we wanted to make clear that it was not just a free-for-all, like you can just sit. Because our kids would just sit. If we allowed them, they would just sit and watch the same TV shows. Not even TV, like the same YouTube clips and things on TV all day long. So I think that was the expectation, was that on his day off. Because also he didn't have, he had football practice later on the day. The expectation was he would just chill all day, given the word chill time. Like he would just sit around all day and just watch TV and just put his feet up. So based on the feedback from the previous night, we were like, yeah, this is not something that is going to happen. So we kind of listed out, hey, these are some things that we expect.
So Aaron, at 9:15 a.m., our kid has slept in. At 9:15 a.m., my husband Aaron sends Aaron a text message that said, here's the game plan for today. 9 to 11, study, review schoolwork, do 2 Dave Ramsey lessons, clean the basement. 11 to 1 o'clock a.m., screens and TV. I'll use my McDonald's points to get you cheeseburger and fries. 1 to 3, 2 more Dave Ramsey plans, study, review schoolwork, cut the grass, work on the garage. So basically he's like, I've got a whole day plan for you. 2 hours can be chill, but the rest is work. And our son was appalled.
Yes, he was not pleased. Appalled. He was like, oh. He's like, I thought this was going to be like a chill day where I can just like chill because I don't have school and blah, blah, blah. So he was appalled at the idea that we would ask him to
do anything.
And
at first, when I got your text message,
you were like, let's talk about your reaction. You thought I was in the wrong.
At first, when he sends this, like he's sleeping in, he gets his day off. Honestly, he does work hard at football. I was excited that he got to sleep in.
Which is an wait.
So I side,
pause. I have to pause first.
Okay.
Sports is an extracurricular activity. It is not a required course.
So anyway,
and I think I have to keep reminding him that.
So anyways, so then I like side text Aaron and I'm like, what the heck are you doing? Like, you're really going to make him work all day long on his day off? And you're like, yeah, I am. But then meanwhile, as I'm side texting Aaron being like, this might be a little unreasonable, little Aaron is like, how dare you ask me to do this? Then little Aaron side texting me being like, Mom, am I in trouble or something? Like, I don't even understand why this is happening. But then you were awesome. You're like, let me list for you all the things that we provide for you. Today you will be working.
And we ask very little.
And we ask
which is a reminder we need to ask more now.
We do,
At this point, we need to ask more. So that was the theme of all this, is we need to ask more. But I think to me it's all leveled, right? So the girls at 8 and 10, like I feel it's okay that they have some chores.
Yeah.
The boys, to me, once you hit 14 and you're in high school, like it's a different level. So he also gets perks though. Like he doesn't realize that he also gets perks that the other ones don't get.
Right.
So to me, at this point, the expectations are much higher.
Yeah.
Because we only have 4 years, and then it's like off to college, and he's gone.
Well, you said that we went for a walk, and that's what you said. You said at 14, he needs to start to carry responsibilities of our household as well as. And I actually think it's really insightful. And I'm going to step back and let you do that because I think it's a really good thing for him to not sit on video games all the time when he's home, or even be playing all the time when he's home. Like, there's a lot.
Because the world, I think people realize that the world is different. Like,
I
think the challenge is, I'm trying to think how to say this night. Like, we have a lot of interaction. Like, a lot of our circle interactions are people who work in like nonprofits, church work, or education.
Right.
That is different than the world that I live in terms, because I'm very much on LinkedIn. So I see firsthand all the people getting laid off. I go to these monthly meetups every month. Someone's telling me about how they lost their job looking for a job. So I see firsthand like how tough that this world is. It's very different, because when I went to school, it was you go to high school, you go to college, you get a job, and like that's fine. That doesn't exist anymore.
Right.
Like it is very much different. Like entry-level jobs are gone. We're talking all these different external factors. So the world is completely different. I think that we have to start to prepare our children at a way earlier age for what is to come of them.
But I don't even know if it's way earlier. Like I was expected to do a whole lot around my house too. I also want to say that again.
But not for career. I'm talking about like for a career in terms of like, in order to prepare you for like a career post-college, like it is way different.
Well, and like what I said, I just want to reiterate, I'm shocked how little 18 to 30-year-olds think that they need to work. Like there's not a work ethic there. But I think it's because every generation, right? Not necessarily always, but every generation gets more. So like, it's just more and more and more. Even the house we live in right now, growing up, I would have considered this to be like a mansion for my rich friends, like that for real. Like and to our kids, it's just, this is, I don't know. So, and I do think, well, I won't go there. Like, I think when we were living in Redford and things were a little tighter and there wasn't as as strong of a need for our kids to understand the amount that they're getting and the reality that there's work involved. And if you don't let your kids touch that work, they never learn.
Well, and that's the point. Like, I think the challenge was his concept of chill time was that school and football are so taxing that he needs like this quote unquote, like it's Ferris Bueller's day off. I need this day off. But my point I made to him was that like there's no such thing as a free lunch. Right. Like the day off, the chill time that you have is paid for us. Like, so I'm laid out. Like, okay, the couch you sit on, we have to buy that from Gardner White. The electricity we pay through DTE. The heat is through consumers. The internet is through Spectrum. Like, the chill time that he desires is paid for by us going to work every day. So I think that's the point of like you have to realize that there's no free lunch here. Like, it's all covered by us. Right. And it's not even about gratitude. It's just the understanding of
no, it's about gratitude too.
That there is work behind this. So I think that's where the learning lesson was. Oh, like I think I'd done like the Dave Ramsey class that was for financial literacy, but now it's a whole new world of like making sure that every day, like I don't have a day like. We have the weekends off. I work throughout the week. So there's no concept of like just a quote unquote day off. It's every day you have to do something.
Right. So ultimately I think it's good for him. So I'm glad you did it. So that was the no chill time.
Which he did. Like eventually I think he got the message. Like we didn't really back off of it. So he did the lawn, and worked on the basement.
My hope is that we stay really consistent with that too for the kids. That's my hope. So,
and I think there needs to be a healthy balance. Like our kids are very much content consumers. Like they will play games, they will watch. I mean, they don't in their phones. They can't do much with their phones just yet, but still like a lot of YouTube. So, I think a balance of like, you can consume a lot of this content, but also you need to be doing stuff productively as well to balance that out.
Right. So, what else? No chill days. Football. Again, our son played in the big house. Joey played in the big house. Which is very exciting. It was really exciting. He got to play. I mean, really, for a kid to say that I said this to someone, maybe it was you, for our son Joey to be able to say that he played in the biggest stadium in the United States of America, for our son to be able to say in a game like Two Truths and a Lie, I won a football game in Michigan Stadium, like it's very exciting. And so I was excited for him. I was excited for him. It was cold at the end. It was cold at the end. I want to get into something, but it's just going to be too hard to get into, I think. I will just say that social dynamics are fascinating in our school, and it's fascinating to watch social dynamics. And I find that it's an interesting thing to try to manage your kids through social dynamics. And when you are simultaneously stunting them by not letting them have access to social media. I remember when our kids were younger and my siblings started to make decisions to let their kids have smartphones and Snapchat and like 8th and 9th grade. And they're like, listen, like if they don't have it, they don't have friends. Like it's that simple. And me being like, well, that's stupid. Hold the line. Like use kids. It's not good for kids to be on social media. I am seeing we will continue to hold the line, but removing that mode of communication from your children, social media, Snapchat, all the different ways that they communicate does have massive social consequences. And it makes me sad, but we will hold the line. It's part of life. And that's what I try to remind myself.
The difference is you grew up, you're like, I don't know, growing up experience was you had a neighbor, so you had friends. Like
I had neighborhood friends.
You had neighborhood friends.
I had a best friend from the time I was in 5th grade. I had a best friend, Teresa Metcalf, and we rode together until I graduated high school.
Right. So you thought
I never felt lonely.
That's what I'm saying. So you thought that was like a thing, like kids should just grow up having all these friends. But I didn't have that. Like I had a different experience.
You had puzzles.
I didn't have neighborhood friends.
Right.
I didn't have friends in high school for the first
And you're awesome, and I mean that very sincerely.
Because I went to the quote unquote the nerd school in high school. So I went to high school knowing 0 people because everyone I went to middle school with went to a different high school. So I didn't have friends for the first 2 years of high school. So I didn't have friends until my 11th grade year.
Can I ask you something? And I want you to be vulnerable and not
weird.
There
was periods of loneliness, of course.
I was just going to ask you that. Did you feel sad and lonely sometimes? Because that's what I worry about for our kids.
I'm sure, but like it's, yes.
Because I would say our kids are, our kids all have friends. Our kids are certainly excluded from social circles.
The different thing is though, when we were in school, our kids have access to their schoolmates in a way like through sports, through all these different extracurriculars, I never saw people.
But what I'm saying to you is that we cut off a huge line of access, but through social media, it's fine. Right. Actually, I love when you remind me of that you did not have friends, that you were lonely, and that it was fine. And by not having friends, I want to be very clear. There are kids that do not have friends. That is not our kids. Our kids are very socially well-liked. They have friends at school. They are excluded from, after school bonds that I was used to in high school. And that is hard for me to sometimes witness.
Well, also we don't live
right. That's the other thing. Part of it is us.
We don't live,
social media also, when my kid's like, will you drive me to downriver to hang out with a friend for 3 hours? My answer is no. I'm not driving 40 minutes.
We don't live near there. There are kids go to school in Dearborn. We don't live in Dearborn.
But the good is, and the beauty is, and it's so funny. I posted something on social media and it was so fun. Our kids are each other's little buddies, and they have cousins that are the little buddies, and all shall be well. I think sometimes I get in my head, Friday night, I was in tears, just worrying about our kids and if they feel lonely. I think loneliness and isolation is something I deeply fear for my kids because of the mental health.
That's part of life, though. I
know, but the mental health piece of that, you can lose kids that way too, meaning that's when they go off, and I don't know. I just get so.
But that's but the trick is they each have these small friend circles during school.
Yeah, I know.
They're not lonely in school. They interact with each other. So that's why.
I overthink it more than they do.
Different levels. Exactly. There's different levels of it.
Yeah.
Well, also, and I think to your point, which I eventually did, you build your own thing though.
Right.
You find your circle. Everyone has their circle.
Well, one of our kids,
even as adults, we've seen that. Adults have their circle. You find your circle and you say, "This is my circle."
One of our kids was really wants to be friends with a particular group of kids, and they clearly don't want to be friends with this kid. And so one of the kids was really upset. And I'm like, they don't want to be friends with you. Choose someone else.
But you're coming out as a 45-year-old.
I know, but no. I'm coming at it as a Buckley, and you can say whatever you want.
No, I'm saying
I've never begged to be someone's friend.
I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying it takes time for a preteen to come.
That's hard because I'm just stop trying. There's a million people that want to be friends.
But you say the same thing about opposite sex relationships too. About
exactly.
Our children being attracted to certain people of the opposite sex. You're like, but that. The lesson you're trying to do takes time to get there. They will get there.
Yeah, but and it was a successful conversation.
I said, find your six. That's all I said. Find your six.
You shouldn't say that. That's a really weird thing to say. What I said to said kid is and I built them up, and I think they understood it. We're done trying to be friends with people that don't want to be friends with us. And I think he got it, or she. I think
they will. My point is, I think it's something that I think is not a natural thing. It's like the quote unquote cool kids club. You want to be part of this.
Which is so stupid.
If you think of something as a cool kids club, you want to be part of that.
Right.
Eventually, you realize that you're not, so you find your own circle. So I think they will. Yeah, it's a part of development.
And then the cool kids become the grown ups that you really don't like. Sorry. I don't know anybody like that. I'm just saying, that's what happens in the movies. Do you know what I mean? In the movies, that is who the cool kids become. The ones that are remember when I was an awesome football star? I always think, who I think of when I think, let's see if we can unagi. Who do you think I think of as the grown-up cool kid, quintessential from a movie that is just a loser?
Like a real person?
No. An actor in a movie. I think it perfectly encapsulates cool kids in high school, but then as grown-ups, you are just a loser.
Was it in the movie?
It was in a movie.
What year was the 90s movie?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
I keep thinking of Can't Hardly Wait.
No, Napoleon Dynamite, the football
Uncle Rico. Uncle Rico. I don't think he was cool in high school, though. I think he
I think he was. We were the...
I think he makes up his... No. I think that was a joke. He was not that good in high school.
I think maybe he was.
Because the joke was, if Coach would have put me in...
I missed that piece. I guess I didn't understand this. So anyway, I did have a crisis again about social media, and then I locked down and holding the line. I think at 16 is when social media, he might get a smartphone before 16, but social media is not going to be a thing until he's 16 years old. Because then you have to start to learn to use it. That's the other thing. I'm not going to let him go to college and be like, oh, here's Snapchat for the first time. You got to learn to use it.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that firsthand.
Do you know what I always think of? I'm going to say his first name. I'm not going to say his last name. Sean is his first name. We are friends with his mother. We're friends. We're going to see his mom today. We don't have to say how. I will say that he's somebody that had access to social media and was not linked onto it. I always find that so curious when a kid can use it, but is not a psycho about it.
I think some people, it was
that's what I want for my kids.
I think some people have discernment of this is actually not interesting. I don't find this interesting at a certain point.
Yes, so that's me. This kid.
So that was me in that's been me in video games where you play video games, but eventually you're just I just don't find this interesting.
Yeah.
Or certain things you just kind of
you self-realize.
Yeah, you self-detach from it. So
I think that's so inspiring. So you don't think there's anything we can do to manipulate our kids to end up being a kid like Sean? Because that's what.
No, I think what you can do is you give them better things. So I think that's why you say like, okay, here's something like you can waste your time with this, or you can do this other thing. And this kid deeply cared
about athletics, and so I think that becomes his thing.
Yeah, I think athletics
fascinating. Yeah.
So I think athletics is something, or like, okay, why don't you go get a job and make some money, or build something, or create something. So I think you can't impact that, but I think it's just they just realize I have better things to do.
It's just so funny raising kids and being like, I have no idea how our kids are going to turn out. I did one thing,
or like the kind of the video game thing too is like, well, you can play video games. Or you can like go meet girls and go on dates. Like,
right?
This is that interesting. Like grown adults who play video games. Like, you could like go and meet women.
So I will tell you what was cool at the end of conferences. We had to break down all the tables and chairs, and our 3 boys decided to help. And Aaron decided to help at like a hardcore level. Like he just kept breaking down tables and tables and tables. And I watched him interact with some adults, and he's a good kid. Like he's a fun kid. Like it made me happy, because sometimes I'm like, you're such a jerk.
The other people he's not.
Today, we are going to Connor O'Neill's. Today, we get to see all my folks. I love my Irish friends. We get to have some drinks and some joy. Won't that be good for us?
Can we talk about yesterday and the busyness of driving across?
I mean, we already did. I think this is old content. We had to drive from one side.
But we went to Mass.
We had to drive from one side of the planet to the other side of the planet. We did go to Mass yesterday, thank God. Aaron brought little John Paul to Mass with eye black on and his football pants.
He washed it off,
which is so embarrassing. I didn't realize he had eye black.
I didn't realize he had eye black.
That's really embarrassing.
He washed it off before Mass started.
That is so he's like a sweaty football mess. And by the way, I went to like secret place we don't worship here. You went to Divine Child with your son dressed in eye black.
Well, I had a very specific time we had to go to Mass, and it's very hard to try to find Mass times.
It's not hard. It's just we didn't want to go to Mass this morning.
It takes work to figure out like where the fort, because sometimes the website isn't very clear or accurate. You're like, this is not at all what I'm trying to do.
Right. So anyways, it was a very busy Saturday. Today's going to be a great, nice, slow Sunday. The Lions play tonight, which is great. Upcoming week, anything? We really do live life a quarter mile at a time, don't we, at this point?
I mean, I think last football game, so John Paul's last football game is next Saturday. Right. Thank goodness.
Now, let me ask you a question. Did West Catholic, I didn't go to that game, thank God. Did West Catholic kill us, or was it a close game?
No, it was a close game.
Because we're playing West Catholic next week, and
if we win,
I think it's a fact. It hasn't been announced yet. If we win, we have to go to Fort Field for the Prep Bowl. So that's
I hope they lose. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a parent. No, I'm sorry. I'm a parent that hopes they lose.
That's another 3 weeks. But what's crazy?
I hope it's a close game. I hope they lose. Stop. Even like last night, I'm like, you know what? I hope it's a close game. I hope everyone scores touchdowns. I hope everyone does these great things, and we lose in the end. Like, then we're done. I'm sorry. I'm an honest.
Oh,
I'm not a parent who's like, let's keep this thing going. Like, nope. I hope they lose. So lurker football parent at gmail.com. Feel free to reach out to us and let us know how you feel different. But no, I hope they lose.
You are so funny.
And then we're done.
What's crazy is November's 3 weeks away.
They lose. Yes.
And then what's crazier is that my favorite night of the year, which is new, it's a new favorite night of the year. The Hobnob Gobble is only 6 weeks away.
Oh, yeah.
What are you doing in terms of the tuxes for the boys? You said this year was the year you were going to level up.
Oh, you have to rent some.
That's going to be really expensive.
Yeah.
But man, everybody looks so nice. We're going to level up.
Your son has a oral surgeon appointment on Friday.
You're making me go.
I'm busy at work.
I don't even know what that means. What?
He's got to get a tooth removed.
Where's the oral surgeon? At the same place?
I have a sheet over there.
Oh, it's like not where we normally go? Dang, he has to get a tooth popped out. Anything else? Basketball's right around the corner, though, bro. That's the other thing.
We got a month off.
No, we do not have a month off.
They don't start until the Thanksgiving tournament.
Open gyms start.
Yeah, but we feel different about open gyms. Like,
we don't feel differently. I did not let our son do an open gym last year, and he was put on the B team.
That happened, but
that's just what it is.
I've said this many times.
You don't care.
Unless like our son is not going to be a 6'5" like basketball savant. So it's to me, true. If it is what it is, if he
Can I tell you something?
It always got to be works for our family.
Careful.
I want to talk about it works for our family.
I did have this moment. I don't know if I'm ready to talk about it, but again, I always say that, and then I'm in it. I did have this moment where I realized that our kids are always going to be really good at sports, but that's it. They're not going to next level.
And that's good.
Except for maybe Mia.
I think that's great.
And our reality is we have chosen always to not center our lives around like the travel teams in the starting when you're 3 years old and all of those things. But sometimes you do want your kid to be differentiated athletically. Like sometimes that is my desire, and that is not who our kids are.
They get on the field. Like
they do. They play fine, and they're going to have a great time.
That is me. They get on the field. Have a great time playing
sports.
If none of them had zero playing time, I'd be like, then just go find something else.
But do you think Mia's going to go D1? How did it go with her yesterday? You played with her yesterday. I mean, is she good?
I mean, I don't know. You don't know until the game. It's like all pro practice. You just never know until you see them in the game. But she's
tall. How's her accuracy?
I think she'll do good. I think she'll do good relative to her peers in Divine Child.
Okay.
But I don't know if that means anything going to higher levels.
Okay. But you actually do think that about her?
I think she's tall. I think she's one of the taller kids.
She's athletic. She's driven.
She knows how to dribble. She knows how to shoot. So the base. I think she's got the basics. So we work on the basics.
You should let her play with Papa too. Your dad who played in college. Like she should work out with him.
I think she'll do good. Especially relative to kids who probably will have barely ever played. I think she'll.
I mean, I will tell you though. I had a hot take from a kid that was like, if your kid isn't in AAU, they're not going D1. It doesn't matter.
They don't go D1. Yeah. It's interesting. Like we know, remember the girl that graduated from Divine Child? She plays at Michigan State.
Yeah, but I think she played all kinds of club teams and.
No, but remember, like we went to her game. She didn't really play that much. Like. What?
What do you mean at Michigan State?
Yeah,
that's because she's like a sophomore. She's gonna play.
I know. But that's my point.
She plays at Michigan State on scholarship.
But my point. That's the good. That could be enough. Like you don't.
No, what I'm saying is she wasn't. She didn't just quote unquote play Divine Child basketball. Like, so would you? Let's say here's a question, and then we can end this podcast. Somebody comes up to us. Mia's in 6th grade. She's obviously playing at a different level than everybody else. Like she's literally playing at a different level. Like she's not being challenged. And I don't know if this will play. She's not being challenged because none of the kids can play at her level. Somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey, we'd like her to play for this travel team. No. She's really good." Your answer is still no.
100% no.
Yeah, that's interesting. I would be more tempted.
It's like the Olympics thing. Like, well, your son's a very gifted figure skater or gymnast. Do you want to go to this thing? Like, no. Like,
yeah,
because it destroys our entire family culture.
Yeah.
And think about where to go. Okay,
you actually think but I want you to sometimes. So I really checked my ideals. You're watching her for 2 years play at an exceptional level that's different than any of her peers, and then a coach approaches you. You're still going to say no
because it blows up our family.
I know, but you really think you would 100%. Have the ability? I don't know.
It's like child actors. Like, well, your son is very gifted.
Right.
You want him to be an actor.
Right.
Like, no, like we're not doing it. Because let's play through the scenario. Okay. She becomes this great athlete. She goes to V1. Okay, what happens then?
Right.
She goes to the WNBA. Okay, like is that it? Like, okay, like she can also play at D2. Like, there's nothing wrong with playing at D2.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. Like, are you going to blow up your family so that your daughter can go to D1?
And by the way, who knows? Maybe Mia's height will get stunted and she'll stop being taller and she's not even going to be good. But to us right now, I think she's the one I tell everybody. Like, she has the potential.
But also with travel teams, okay, what if she's the worst person on the travel team,
right?
So then she doesn't play. So would you rather your child actually get playing time, and build confidence in her local school versus going on the travel team and never playing at all? Like, and I know. I think if you see what travel teams, I'm talking about like the big ones that go around the country. Like,
what's that
so
school
much
in Florida that all the athletes go to?
IMG Academy,
whatever it is. One of our teachers, part of her witnesses for volleyball, she was scouted and offered that school, and she said no. And then decided to drop volleyball. And she talked about the crisis of people being like, "What are you doing? Like, this is," and she was like, it isn't what I wanted to do.
That happened to a cousin of mine. He got, my cousin lives in Maryland. Her son was like very good in high school.
Yeah.
He got recruited in college and he just dropped it. He's like, you know what? I just don't like it that much. And he just dropped it.
Good for them, man.
So they realized like, it's that too. It's like, it's not just they're good. Like they have to have a passion for it. It has to take over their entire lives.
You have to want it.
You have to want it.
You have to want it.
You have to dig your whole life into that. It's like, is that what you want?
And that does beg the question, will we ever have a child, even if Mia's good, that would want it to that level? And answer is probably no. Like,
and one of us would have to be gone. Like if you get into that, one of us would be gone every single weekend.
So interesting. I hope I think this podcast is probably boring for the people. I'm so sorry.
Well, sometimes if it's boring, then email us at themalibutablepodcast at gmail.com.
The Malibu Table.
And let us know. So lurker@gmail.com. We'll wait to get your email.
Man, I hope.
You know what I would do? I would say all you have to do is send us like those eyes, like you're watching us. Like just let us know you exist.
Right.
So malibutabelelurker@gmail.com, looking for that email. But just like a set of eyes. Just say I'm watching you guys.
I would love it if the ultimate lurker admitted it. Wouldn't that be great?
Through their actual email or through a burner account?
No, through a burner account. I don't actually want to know ultimate lurkers. I am not interested in knowing the people that listen for negative vibes. Because I would never be able to ever function with them.
We should do a Divine Child count to see how many times we say Divine Child.
No, I think we've gotten really good.
No, and that's my point.
Yeah.
So or Or maybe our lurkers have left because they're like, we don't do it anymore. So
yeah.
Or they're like, hey, when you guys
it's not just divine child. I think sometimes people, it's a very normal reaction. Actually, I've been thinking a lot about negative stuff. And
I just don't listen. That's the difference. I don't listen. There's many podcasts I used to listen to, but it's like, this is getting weird.
Or people that annoy me, like on social media, like when people annoy me.
You block a lot of
people. Oh, I've told you, because we talked about this. Yeah, or I just unfollow them. Because somebody gave me that warning. We had a whole episode on this. Somebody gave me a warning where they were like, this person only follows you so that they can talk about you to other people.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, I just can't. I would never understand a world like that. People that annoy me, I just unfollow. Like, no,
I'm too busy to deal with that.
I'm just too holy.
You know what Candy Burris said?
What'd she say? Fly above all the haters.
That's right.
She did. All right.
Anything from your housewife, Shannon DeBoer?
What did I tell you about Shannon?
Oh, Diane Keaton died last night. That's sad.
It's very sad. Can I tell you something that made me throw up in my mouth? I was going to talk about this on the podcast. I was talking to a girlfriend about the fact that the next big number for us is 50 and how weird that is.
Well, it's closer to you. I'm closer to 40.
But listen, to be like, holy crap, I'm going to be 50. But then Diane Keaton died at 79. I just think it would be weird. I want to talk carefully because I know we have some elderly listeners. It's going to be an interesting, like, we could die tomorrow. Like, I'm very well aware that I could die tomorrow. Yes. But it is going to get weird when I'm like 75, 76 years old, assuming I live that long, and being like, in the next 10 years, I'm dead. Like, that has to be an interesting, and what I mean is, I was talking to a girlfriend about being near 50 and being like, holy crap, for sure half my life is gone. But then to be like, in 10 years, I am no longer alive is a really weird.
Or 20, I think. Well, it depends.
If you're 80 years old, if you're 78 years old, you're 78 years old.
But women are living longer. Like, I mean,
maybe
men don't. So
but then also to be like,
if I get to 85, like my number is probably like 85.
Right. So, like, okay. So let's say you at 75, being like you at 75, when you and I look at each other together, assuming we live that long. And by the way, I'm super unhealthy. I'm probably dying in the next 10 years, but 6 months. 6 months. Oh. But like, if you and I are still married and we're living in Florida at 70, and we look at each other and we're like, man, we probably only have another 10 years together. Like, if we're lucky. That is crazy. Death is crazy. And then, like, thinking about eternal life. And
I'm okay with it because...
No, you're not okay with it. That's a weird thing to say. What the hell does that mean?
Because you don't, when it happens, you don't know. You're not like, I'm dying and you die. Like, I think it's just like one day you're gone. Like, one day you're gone.
You don't think?
I don't think, unless you're truly on your deathbed, like that. I think
like Jaji.
Correct. But most people you hear about, like, heart attacks and stroke, they're just like gone.
Right.
So it's not like I think you're thinking about like this slow decay where you're just like sitting.
No, but even like a heart attack or stroke. But you
don't know.
Yeah.
It just happens and you're just gone. Like, that's.
Yeah. It's just weird. Death is so weird. And I guess we're talking with my students about sin. And I started the sin unit by being like, yo, y'all are dying. And so it's really important to think about how we want to live our lives. Like, so sin is not just a subject.
We're at the halfway point though. We're at the halfway point.
Life is so good. You just have to believe that heaven is better.
Correct.
Yeah. I'll miss you.
Well, that's part of it too.
We'll hang out all the time in heaven.
We'll see each other.
Yeah. Snuggle.
You'll be in the smoker's corner. You're like, finally I can smoke again. Do
you think the Lord allows
I don't think cigarettes or alcohol is allowed?
That is not bad for you?
I don't think cigarettes and alcohol are in heaven.
To be clear, I don't smoke
anymore.
All right. Have a great week. What time are we at? Are we good?
We're at 47. We're good. So make sure you email us, themalibutablepodcast@gmail.com.
Can't wait to see all your emails. Will you publish this right away so I can post it on social media?
Yes.
You never do. You publish it like 7 years later, and then I don't.
What should I call it? I'll call this chill time and social dynamics.
Yeah, love it. Okay, TTYL.
Bye.